Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Okay. So also need to first unify DirectX code between channels. Yeah. Okay. Then that's fine. Okay, so we want to look into this Flickr issue here. Where do we start looking for that? I don't know. Let's search for get sync frame time, and it must be related to one of these guys. My best guess was that it would be related to this guy, but that seemed to not have been the case. We do have particle emitter. Particle emitter. Create new particles. Get sync frame time. Yeah, so here I would have expected to get frame time seconds, and then that would be done, and then everything would be fine. But that seems to be not the case. still happens. What else could it be? Let's put a breakpoint at all the places. If anything gets called there. Yeah. I think that's it. Particle. So it's none of these guys. It's none of these guys. What is this? Man. Do we have any other function calls here? We have frame count. Let's search for frame counts. I don't think that that is related. We have get sync time. Okay, let's look through these guys. Texture. Init. I have no idea what this texture sync is. It's weird. Old unused textures. So this one is not part buff. Kill old particles. Get new particles. Yeah, we don't care. Mapper. Texture mapper. What is that? Angle? Let's put a breakpoint here. Texture matrix. What the why do textures have a sync time? What is going on here? What? I guess maybe it's to move textures on meshes. Maybe. Shader manager. Streak renderer. Okay, so anything hitting? Okay, there's something here. Offset texture mapper class. Update noise. Okay, so we do have 2 hits there. Linear offset texture mapper class. What is that? Delta 0. delta. Okay. Okay, there is always 0. Okay. Then we had update noise. Update noise. What is that? Update noise. Hmm. 0. 55. 33. Yeah. Hmm. Terrain shader pixel. Hmm. Mm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. This is probably the what's it called? The clouds. The clouds. Yeah. Man, what is this? I don't understand. So if we change the... So if the logic timescale is uncapped, so it matches render FPS, then we're good. It looks like they alternate. They alternate. No. It's probably a flicker when it's not called. That's strange. Okay, let's look at the frame count thingy then. I don't understand. Breakpoints. Let's remove all the breakpoints. W3D. It can't be that. Part buff. Nah. I don't know. I don't know. Sync. What is it? What is it? What is it? Someone tell me what it is. Someone tell me what it is. I don't know. I don't understand. Let's disable the cloud shadows. Cloud shadows. And now this one should no longer be called, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is definitely related to the cloud shadows. Okay, let's change that to what we had here. Shadow manager. Frame time. Current tick. Okay. Let's test that. Cloud shadows, except... Oh, the shadows move very fast now, don't they? Yeah. They move faster than they should. Ah, they're now bound to render FPS. Oh, that's actually correct. Never mind. Okay, so this is behaving correctly. Let me see the shell map again. But in the shell map it looks wrong. Why are the shadows so fast here? Huh? Okay, that's weird. Zero dot 0.33. Why is it so fast? Shadows move too fast. Why? I don't get it. I don't understand. Why are the shadows moving this fast? Ah. I don't understand. Delta. Delta divided by 1000. It's weird because in skirmish it looks perfectly fine, right? So why would it be different in the shell map? Here it's perfectly fine. So we have a logic time scale of 10 or 30, and the shadows are super slow. Uncapped frame rates. Shadows are still slow. Now if we increase the logic step to 100, then the shadows move faster. Here. Why is that? Frame time. Frame time. Something I'm missing here. This is drawn every render frame. Yeah. Drawn every render frame. Is this called also multiple times? Maybe that's a problem. Update noise 1, update noise 2. Oh. Maybe it's called multiple times per frame. Yeah. Shader types. Terrain base noise. 1, 2. Okay. Customized render. That's the only explanation I have right now. So it's called multiple times, maybe. Draw roads. Okay, but here we have only one. Device passes. One. We have ST, what is that? Base noise, 1, 2. Road base noise. Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens here. Update noise 2. Okay. Turn true. Okay. Aha. 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 One. Okay, so it looks like it does call it multiple times, which explains the issue. Oof. Yeah. Maybe this here needs to be moved out of this. Yeah. Terrain shader to stage. Update noise. Clouds light map. Noise 1, noise 2, light map. Okay, how about set shader? Set shader, base noise, ST. Set shader, pass. Yeah, so I think the error is that here we should not advance the guy in here. That's a mistake. Yeah. So instead, Road face. Draw roads. Okay, it's strange that that the terrain clouds are rendered in draw roads, right? No. I see. Okay, let's try to find all the call sites that call hide map render. So here we have draw roads. Oh boy. And here we have the terrain noise. Then we probably need to update it here. Height map render object. Renders draws the terrain. Yeah, we should probably update it in here. Customized render. Yeah. Terrain object. Yeah, we should update it in here. How do we do that? Use cloud map to cloud. To cloud. To cloud. Time or day and night. Draw roads. Draw bridges. Okay, so first thing I think we should do is move this guy up here. And do cloud is use cloud map and is not day night. Day night. Then we can make a const. Okay, and then if do cloud, then we update. Here we need to update now the cloud movement, which we need to isolate somehow. So here we have update noise 1. noise. Okay, what is this guy? Okay. Then I think we need to do void update cloud. Okay, update cloud. And then we say here update cloud. And then we move these guys up here. Okay, and then we can also move this here. Oops. Doesn't make it more readable. Okay. Okay, and then okay, then here we do terrain texture to stage dot update cloud. Okay, well that doesn't work because that is that. Can we do that? We can't. Why not? So undefined. Oh. Okay, how do we update this guy then? Update noise. Where's this called? Set. How do we call into this guy here? Does it have a header? Yeah. Shader manager. Shader manager. How do we call the shader manager? Set shader. We need to somehow tell it to update the cloud now. I don't know how we get there. Shader manager is isolated. How do we get there? Well, I think we have to put another breakpoint and understand the call chain. Let's put a breakpoint here. Okay, so now the cloud shouldn't move at all because it no longer updates the position. Maybe we have an update function in the... Let me see, do we have another update in here? Update. No, we don't. So height map render object class. That's our function that we're interested in. It does call shader manager. Look at that. Is that a static function or what is this? Oh, look at that. It's static. Oh, okay. We don't have an update function, but we can add here update. Okay, so just all statics. Okay, now I understand. Okay, so then let's add a new function in here, update cloud. Draw report. Yeah. I would say we add it here, static void update cloud. Update the terrain, update the cloud position. Update cloud. Once every render frame. Okay. And then here we do terrain, update clouds. There we go. Okay. And then here we do W3D shader manager update cloud. Okay, I think that should work, maybe. Good, let's see. Do we see a cloud? Yeah, I do see a cloud here. It's moving slowly now. Yeah, that looks good. Is there any other place where we render clouds? Was this the only one? Use cloud map. Hide map. Okay. Okay. Here's another one. What is this? Render extra blend tiles. Oh. Use cloud. There's another one. Flat height map render object class. Okay. Flat height map. Base height map. Okay, I think the first thing we should do is render trees. Bool use clouds. Const. We can make it static. Use cloud, return, use cloud map, and time of day is not night. Okay. Okay, then here we can do cloud. Const do cloud. Use cloud. Then we do the same here. And here as well. Okay. Good. So I see there are two different kind of objects. There's a flat height map and a height map. So now I'm not sure if this placement is correct here. Maybe it needs to happen before this. Yeah, update cloud. Let me put a breakpoint in here. And another breakpoint here. And another breakpoint here. Let's see their call patterns. Okay, we do have a compile error. To cloud. Aha, right. Let's remove that. Okay, let's see. Render terrain. Flat terrain. Okay, so height map, we have a call in there. Then afterwards we have a call in here. Render extra blend tiles, which is a child call of this. Is a private. It's public. Oof. Why? Probably shouldn't be. It probably should be protected, right? Okay, so we do this one, render, yeah. And then we do that. Okay. Okay, we don't call flat terrain render by the looks of it. Now the question is, what is flat height map used for then? Let's search for references. Here, aha, terrain LOD. Aha. So there can only be one, yeah? Is that right? Just terrain load. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. If terrain lot is 7... Fissner. The height map. The terrain render object. The height map. Terrain render object. Okay, so if I understand this correctly, it's either a flat height map or a height map. Yeah. It's not both. Or am I mistaken? Is there any code that explains the difference between these? Flat height map. Okay, how about we put a breakpoint in here? And so how do we use let's set it to low. Low. Okay, so now let's set everything to low, yeah? Disable everything. Okay. Looks pretty basic now. Now the question is, okay, how about we put a breakpoint here? Let's restart the game. Okay, so what is this? Terrain visual. Height map render. Okay, so it does allocate a height map render object class and not a flat height map. Okay. Maybe it never uses a flat height map. Right? Could be. That looks wild. Yeah, maybe it doesn't use it. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I think we need to... in the render, we need to say if do cloud, then W3D shader manager update cloud. Okay. Regarding this guy here, how about we add a bit of separation there? Like this. No need to make everything so dense. Okay, so I think this change will be fine. We have this decoupled. Okay. Use cloud. Okay. Base height. Use cloud. Shader. There we go. Height map. Base height map. Use cloud. Okay, so this will be tweak. Height map. Decouple. Decouple cloud render update from logic step. Yeah. Now, let's test this one more time. Okay. So we we set the render FPS to 100 and the logic update to 10. So now the clouds should move very, very slowly, but they move very smoothly. Let's increase the logic timescale with 30. And now we see smooth cloud movement. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, unfortunately, we still have not figured out where this comes from. Fix all these things, but not this one. And I'm still none the wiser. I don't know where this comes from. Sync time, get sync time. So we have this, that's all commented out. So we have terrain tracks, whatever that is. Yeah, okay, no, that's fine, yeah. Creation time, Dazzle. Texture base class. Oh, what is this? I think we just need to figure out what this is. Okay, could it be related to our shader manager or not? Oops. Shader manager. Shader manager set shader. Shader pass. Okay, what if we return 0 here? Set shader. What happens then? Fair enough. And then yeah, let's see if the flickering still happens. Aha, it is gone. So it seems to be related to shaders, right? Maybe. Ah, no, hold on. We first need to change the frame rate. There we go. Okay, it's not related to shaders. Never mind. It's something else. Okay. I wonder if there's something happening during the logic update, some call to rendering that doesn't happen when they are decoupled. But that would also mean that it should flicker in network matches. What could that be? Let me search for this BIP. BIP. So it only happens when it is yeah. So the object is translucent, see-through, and everything looks fine. But then if we move it on there, we get this red texture underneath, this BIP texture. And if that's underneath, then it flickers. Okay, so let's look for this BIP. Yeah, BIP buffer. BIP buffer. Add BIP. Render BIPs. Maybe it's related to that. Let's do render BIPs return. Okay, so when the BIP is not rendering, then we don't see any flickering. Yeah. Render BIPs. Where's this called from? Render BIPs. Height map. Render BIPs. Yeah. unused. Oh man. Why does this cause flickering then? I mean, it could be unrelated also. Like maybe it's just coincidence that this call now calls this flickering. Man. Uses camera to call. Draws the bips. The texture. Makes no sense to me. Then scroll takes long, takes far jumps. We either need to cap max frame time or max scroll distance per frame. Why is this flickering? I don't know. Man. Render bips. Pips. Pips. Why does everything have to be so difficult? Okay, so. Can we maybe take a video to get a better understanding of what it is actually doing now? Let's scroll in. Oops. Okay. Okay. Let's see that. What happens if we... It's not everywhere. It looked like it's the self-shadowing that somehow doesn't work. I wonder if this would look better without the shadows, because it's really buggy when you look through and then you see these weird shadows there. Maybe we should disable shadows for these ghost objects here. Yeah. Maybe. Why is this flickering? Did I actually test this correctly? With the logic timescale. Oh no, it's still bugged. Okay, it's not related to the BIP. Okay. I keep testing it incorrectly. Okay, so it's not related to this guy. But it does happen when we... Only when we do the collision. Let's go to... add BIP. Here. Yeah. Handle build placements. That's a terrain BIP. Add BIP. BIP. It's location clear. Let's do a return here. Yeah. Failed. Okay. Must return a value. Return. Let's say SCB okay. Location. Okay, now it no longer collides, so it doesn't do any blinking. Okay, let's see if we have any blinking now. No, no blinking. Okay, then let's return objects in the way. Yeah. Okay, so it is flickering now everywhere, and we can't build. Can't build anywhere. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so what is it doing then? Here. Objects in the way. Color tint. Okay, but this is drawn every frame. Yeah. Legal build color. Faction BIP. I don't know where this comes from. Interestingly, the shadow is not half. The shadow is full. Yeah, I wonder if we should remove the shadow. Oh man, why does this happen? Man, that issue is so hard. I don't know where this comes from. How do I find this? So we know it's somehow related to when we have when we cannot build, but how many bips can we have? Max bips. 1,000. What the hell? Why so many? I don't think it ever shows that many bips. What? 1,000 bips. How much data is that? T-bip. Well, it's not big. Can we see how big it is? Could optimize it a bit here with the booleans. Unused. Pre-draw. Draw the user interface. Yeah. Display. Game client. Okay, it's part of game client update. Okay. Oh man. Basically a long stall. Man, I'm struggling with this issue. I don't know why it happens. I see no clues. It happens here, we know that. This triggers it, but it doesn't explain why it's visually odd. Oh, what is this? Okay, that looks suspicious. Aha. Oh. Okay. Okay. I think it's related to this, yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Why did they do this? Are there more of these? Do show effects. Any points in our wave that are on the shoreline that are close enough to the effect? Do show effects. Okay, so these two things we need to look into. Let's put some bookmarks here. Oh boy, okay, we have a lead finally. Okay, so every other frame, it will remove all bips and then do this here. Aha. Add faction bip drop. Check to see if this is a legal location to build something at, and tint or untint the cursor icons as appropriate. This involves a pass find, which could be expensive, so we don't want to do it on every frame, although that would be ideal. If we discover there are cases that this is just too slow, we should increase the delay time between checks. Or we need to come up with a way of recording what is valid and what isn't, or fudge the results to feel okay. Remove all bips. This location legal to build. Which means there can be a frame delay here between building. Yeah. It's legal location to build. A pass find. Remove all bips. Is this the only place that calls remove all bips? No. It's not. Huh. AI player. Interesting. Build assistance. Faction BIP. I wonder why did this not flicker in the original game then? Ah, because in the original game, okay, because we would keep the color tint. Okay, so what exactly is it that is flickering? Is it this one or is it something else? Place icon. Let me see. Place icon. Place icon. It's probably, I mean, there's no place icon here. Remove all bips. Get frame, remove all pips. I think this also explains why it drags behind this way. See that? So if we go to time scale 30, you see there's a little bit of a lag. Yeah. Okay, I think the simplest fix is to just remove this here. Or I mean, it would be actually better to say, okay, we cap it to 30 FPS. Get frame. Oh man. Okay, what exactly is it doing here that causes this flicker? It means it must apply some kind of shadowing. Yeah, what is it? Okay, I think we need to find out exactly what is causing this graphical glitching. My suspicion is that somehow we changed something the way this object is drawing. So the builder object is passed here. Okay, do we do anything with it? Here, the builder object. Here we don't. AI. No. No, okay, so let's look into this one. If there's anything suspicious. No. No. Aha, what is this? Pretend we can build there. Okay, I don't see what... I don't see what would be the problem here. Oh, man. What is the problem? Well, we do return this, so it's nothing in here. We know that. Okay. We know that. Maybe it just has something to do with this thing being removed and being added. Maybe that's already enough to trigger this kind of flickering. Maybe. Train bip. Add bip drawable. Okay, let's man. Let's remove this. Okay, so now we don't have the flicker because we no longer alternate. Okay, now the question I have is, oh wait, hold on, we need to first do that and that. Yeah. Okay, now what I would like to know is if we place it, if it spawns the first time, will there be any visual discrepancy or not? Let's check. Let's look at it again. Okay, so it pops in. Now let's go to the next frame. And it looks the same. Okay, so there's no visual, so there's no like update or anything that it would need to settle or so. It looks totally fine. Then why is this an issue if we alternate this here? Remove. Place icon. What is this place icon? Oh, it is a drawable. Ah, it is maybe this here. Color tint. Yeah. It is maybe that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Why was this never an issue before then? Why is this just an issue now? Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure it's related to this guy here. Okay, why is this only an issue now and never before? I don't know. That's strange. Okay, but we can move it out. Place icon. Place icon. Yeah. Well, we would need to know the legal build code. We would either need to cache it. But legal build color. What is this? Ah. Okay, so let's confirm first that this one is the root cause. Yeah. Maybe it is not. Please be the cause. Oh, thank God. Okay, so that's indeed the cause. Okay. So why is this? Is there any other call to color tint? Hold on. No. Place icon. Place icon. New drawable. Oh. status. No state particles. Create any necessary drawers. We need to fill out the line. Set opacity. Create any necessary drawables. It's weird that this stuff here comes before this stuff here. I would have assumed that this goes before this stuff here. Place icon. Why is this an array if we only use the first one? Array for drawables to appear at the cursor when building in the world. No state particles. Status shadows. Neutral. Drawable. Status bits. Status bits state. Handle build placements. Okay, can we remove shadows here or not? Set shadow. Set shadows enabled. False. Put a breakpoint here. A little side quest. Yeah. Which makes me wonder why it has shadows to begin with. Still has shadows. Let's put a breakpoint here. Oh, we do have. It's not being created from here. Okay, what? How is this thing created then? Who is spawning this guy? This guy maybe. Build. Here. Let's see. There we go. Indicator color. Opacity is 45. Okay, how about we set here draw, set shadows. Are the shadows enabled now? Hold on. Set shadows enabled. So the current status, what does it say? M status. Shadows is 2. 2. Let's see. Draw M status. M status is 8. So it doesn't have shadows. But it does have shadows. Set shadows enabled. Let's set it to false explicitly. Let's see if that changes anything. So set shadows enable false, and so clear drawable. Well, it's not set, so that shouldn't do anything. Maybe it does here something. Aha, shadows are enabled here. How's that happening? Huh. Okay. So somehow the model draws have their shadows enabled by default. Huh. I see. Well, that's weird. Huh. Huh. Okay, so now it doesn't have a shadow, which I think looks better, in my opinion. Without the shadow. Yeah, much cleaner. Now, so to me, it looks like the bug is that somehow the objects that are part of the drawable, the models, they have their shadows default enabled. So here we create the modules, yeah, to draw modules. Maybe what we should do is, but that could be quite a problem. Yeah. New module. Set shadows enabled. Client update. Drawable module types on object created. Yeah. Then here we could do drawable module. We could do it here, maybe. Then here we would say set m status and drawable status shadows, right? Yeah. So get shadows enabled. Let's do const bool shadows enabled. There we go. Okay, so this should also solve the issue, but that I don't know if it will have side effects. So let's remove this here again, and this here. Topple update. Okay, I'm a bit worried because my suspicion is that now a lot of objects will be missing their shadows. Yeah. Maybe. Um, let's see. Okay, we do have shadows here, so that's good. Yeah. Okay, this guy doesn't have a shadow, yeah. Now if we go to the map, this map. Then we do see a whole lot of shadows. Yeah. Okay, I'm still a bit worried that maybe shadows will be missing somewhere, but on first sight it looks okay. I don't know what kind of things should we test. What we could do is let me when we create a drawable, let's put a breakpoint here. If m status and drawable status shadows is 0. So let's see what kind of objects don't spawn with a shadow. Then we do here printf AAA. Let's see. So if we don't get any hits, then this would be very promising. But we do get a hit. Okay, let's see what it is. New drawer. Status none. Okay. Okay, that looks like a very start new game. Thing template. Gatling tank. Okay, so Gatling tank starts without shadow. And then sets it later or so drawable status status is 0. Draws a mirror. But no shadows. Then how does it get shadows? Okay, so it looks like all objects get created without shadows. That is suspicious. Let's put a breakpoint here. Aha, it does get called here. Oh. Get shadows. Let's go to the set shadows, please. Let's put a breakpoint here. Okay. Set shadows enabled. Stealth look is not stealth look visible detected. Okay, so the shadows get updated on drawable updates. object. Status bits. Create new object in the world. Save. Okay, how about we do a drawable status default equals status shadows. So by default, we want to spawn it with shadows. And if we have a new object here, none. Oh. Object status mask. New object. New object. Where do we create a drawable? Let's restart. Global language object being initialized before global data. Okay. Okay, well, looks like let's go back to drawable. Drawable. Put a breakpoint here. Create drawable. There we go. Status bits. There we go. New drawable. New drawable. Okay. New drawable. There we go. Okay. Status none. We put status default now in here. Yeah. Okay. Then let's retry. So we always spawn now with shadows. Yeah. because that seems to be what the original did. Okay, we still have hits. New drawable, status bit, start new game. New drawable. Kind of optimized tree. New drawable. New drawable. Okay, maybe we also want to remove that. Okay, now we get no hits. Okay, let's see if trees and so on draw normally. Yeah, they have shadows. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have the 2D shadow and the 3D shadow, and things work fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, and this guy has still no shadow. Okay, cool. Okay, so that works. What about particles? Let's go out here. Do particles have shadows? I think missiles do, right? Missiles? Let me see. No. But Aurora bombs have shadows. Yeah. Right? I'm actually not so sure. I think in the patch they have. But here they might not have. No, they don't have shadow. No. Okay. Okay, that works. Then I think we can remove this. Okay, now we still have the issue with the flickering. not solved quite right here. Let me reset this one. Reset this. Okay, let's also remove this here. Okay. So what do we do here? I still don't quite understand how to fix it. So we know it's related to this tinting, right? This tinting causes the issue. So set this and we set that, and yeah, so the tinting did cause the issue. The question is, how do we fix that? And why is this not persistent? Color tint. Like if we set the tint color, then I don't understand. Why is, like, if even if this would alternate, if we set the tint color, it should be persistent, right? So next frame, if we don't change the tint color, then it should just stay the same, right? Very strange. I wonder if there's something else at play here. Legal build color. It's red. Red. Placement opacity 0 for 5. Red. Yeah. Color tint. Could it be that the tint color is like, has an evolution? Tint envelope. Tint color locked. So the tint color, you probably set a color and then it goes back to the original color with a fade, right? Set the color via color flash. But we set the tint color here. It does set the status here to lock it. Lock the tint color so the flash never fades back down. Why is this called rest and not reset? What is this? Rest. Oh, it actually is rest. Okay. I thought it was meant to be reset, but it's actually called rest. Okay, never mind then. Rest. Color flash. Oh. Clear drawable status. Color flash. So the tint envelope, here it wants to remove the status, and then here we add the status right afterwards. Oh man. Clear drawable status. Tint color lock. Status tint color lock. Maybe this doesn't work. The tint color locked. Oh, the tint envelope. How about we look into this guy? Tint envelope. Updates. Does all the work. Decay. Okay, how does it decay? How does it advance? Okay, right now I have no clue how this thing advances. Play. Updates. Attack frames, decay frames. Sustain at peak. Ask M. Lorenzen. Okay. Play. Envelope state attack. Okay, I still have no clue why exactly this issue manifests, but so maybe the theory here is that we set the tint envelope color to red, and then it fades in the next frame. Yeah. But how? Let me see what this guy is doing. Drawable status tint color locked. If we can search for it. There we go. Oh, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. Drawable tint color is locked and won't fade to normal. Well, that doesn't happen. What? How was this never an issue before then? What is this? Set the tint as unlocked so we can flash and stuff again. How's this supposed to work? Color flash. Tint envelope. How do we sustain at peak? Decay frames, attack frames. How's color flashing? Flash envelope. Tint envelope, color tint envelope. Yeah. Okay, let's see how these guys are interacted with. Oh boy. Color flash. Yeah. Get tint color. Update drawable. Update drawable. Color flash. Okay, I still don't understand the exact cause here. But I think we are somewhere close here. It's somewhere here. So what is suspicious is that the tint color locked takes no effect whatsoever. The question is, how do we lock it then? There's no, I don't see any functionality on a tint envelope that would lock it. I also don't understand where it actually updates it. So we do have these peak thingies here. Peak colors. Step amount to make tint turn on slow or fast. Rest goes away now. Sustain. Env states sustain. What does that do? Sustain. Release is a logical complement to sustain. Rest, attack, decay, sustain. What? Play. Attack. Attack frames, decay frames. Envelope state attack. We are at the peak. Sustain count. Envelope state sustain. So color flash. It's called with 0, 0, true. True, what is true? Sustain at peak. Sustain at peak, play. Sustain at peak. Sustain counter. Oh. Well, we pass 1 here. Sustain at peak. Color flash. Well, 1 is not much. Color tint. 1. Tint color locked. Lock the tint color so the flash never fades back down. So I suspect if we set here this takes unsigned int, right? Why does sustain at peak? Why does it take false? What is this? Let's set that to 0. Yeah. So let's say we set this to 0u. Not 0u. So int max. Let's see what happens then. Okay, I'm a bit scared here of this. Where is it? Color tint, hello? Oh man. In-game UI. Somehow we don't find this in our search. Actually, it's here. Okay, so let's put that in there. Yeah. Okay, let's pick a worker here and remove this breakpoint. Okay, we no longer have flickering. Oh, well, we need to change that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we don't see flickering now. Let's go to here. Let's put a breakpoint here. So it sets color tint. It goes down here. It sets color play. Set peak color. Okay. Attack. Blah. Effect. True. Sustain counter. So that is now the max. Yeah. Sustain at peak. Max. And then clear durable status. Durable status tint color locked. red, green, blue. Okay. Okay, let's zoom in close and see if that looks correctly. Somehow I can't scroll. Why not? Now I can. So. Yeah, so the building is tinted reddish, not much, but you see it on the, like the roofs, for example, you can see that it looks a bit red. Yeah. Okay, I don't know how this has ever worked then, because that's extremely weird, yeah. Yeah, okay, but it works now. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, now the question is, will there be any side effects here? Let's see if there are any other things that call color tint. There's EMP update. EMP update. What is this? Oof. EMP update. Okay, so these are the only things. The place icon and the EMP update they call the color tint. Otherwise, nothing else calls it. So the EMP is this guy here, right? Let me put a breakpoint here. Let's shoot on this. Yeah, okay. That gets in there, yeah. Let's see if it works. It does it disable buildings? I think it does, right? Let's get a vehicle over here. Like I don't know, ambulance or an overlord. Okay, so that's deactivated. There is a tint now. I don't know if that's a tint that it creates there or not. It could also be for this effect itself. I'm not sure. I actually don't think it's this tint. I think the tint is for something else. The strawberry is, see, the Patriot Effect Spheroid. It's for this the hit effect, not the target vehicle. It's this blue circle here. Okay, but it looks normal, right? Yeah, it looks blue. Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah. Okay, cool. Then we fix that. So the color tint somehow never worked correctly here. This one. Color flash. Then I think this also means we can remove this guy because that doesn't do anything. Right. Let me double check that. I don't see. It's used by nothing. It probably was like a legacy implementation, I suspect. Yeah. Rest. Okay, how about we just remove it? Maybe we use like so, comment it out, or can we just remove it? Okay, then we remove this and this and this. Done. Okay, cool. That works. Okay, then I think we tackled all the big issues that we were able to observe. Interesting. This was quite a lot of bullshit. Quite a lot here. Okay. Okay, then next change, I will clean these up. These are now 2-3 changes or so here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. Then I will take a break here. I wish you a great day. Oh, 3 hours, 14. Jesus. All right, have a good day. Until next time. Goodbye.